Hi, we're here at Ohaji Medical Center in January of 2011. We're into our second week right now, and we're seeing hundreds of patients every day. Patients walk and drive for long distances to come to this medical clinic. We'll probably end up seeing over 5,000 patients during these 2 weeks. And we're offering free medical care, examinations, well baby care, sick baby care, malaria treatment, surgical intervention, wound care, dental care, eye care. A few days ago we did many eye surgeries for glaucoma. The crowds here, as you can see, are really incredible, and we're just really impressed at how grateful all the patients are. We see many people that have no resources to pay for their medical care on their own, and the gratitude in their eyes when they look at us and just thank us for what we're doing is just irreplaceable. So we're here with a team of 22 people. We're just really blessed to be here, and we want to show you more about it. Thank you very much for watching this. For the third consecutive year, members of our Libertyville Sunrise Rotary Club traveled to rural Umuagwo, Nigeria to present a 2-week medical dental clinic at Ohaji Medical Center. We partnered with the Altadena, California Rotary Club, whose members joined us the second week, presenting a 4-day entrepreneurial education program to local college youth. Both projects were a huge success and received much praise from those impacted, as well as from the local and national leaders. From January 4th through the 14th, the Rotarians joined members of Hands and Hearts International to provide life-saving medicines and medical treatment to over 4,700 people, in addition to dental care to over 700. We also delivered over 800 pair of eyeglasses and performed 18 cataract surgeries, restoring sight to nearly blind rural farmers. Libertyville and Mundelein Lions Clubs had generously donated over 800 pair of eyeglasses for this year's mission, which made a world of difference to those affected by years of environmental damage to their eyes in the farm fields. We saw a wide variety of eye diseases rarely seen in the U.S. Simple eye drops offered great relief to over 600 patients in 3 days before our supplies were exhausted. Thousands of women and children were treated for malaria, infections, and serious wounds. Wounds were cleaned and dressed. Canes and crutches were provided to arthritic elderly patients. One particularly memorable patient was an elderly gentleman whose son had carried him daily to our wound care station last year. He had a severe, extensive wound through all thicknesses of his skin on the top half of his foot, caused by a snake bite he received while farming barefoot.
The wound was very big, and we didn't expect it that it could be like this. But he told us last year that we should go for a skin graft. But with the antibiotic and some drugs he gave us, since that last year, the team is having big improvements. And since this year, we came again and we have been treating the wound the way it should be. I believe this time the wound will go off.
We were so grateful to see that the wound had healed. Many of the other patients were also overwhelmed with gratitude, some believing we were sent by their Maker himself to perform these miracles on their behalf. Those patients who we had seen during previous years embraced us as long-lost family members. A young woman we had treated last year for extensive burns to 2/3 of her body arrived with a pineapple to thank us this year. We were shocked to see such a transformation in this beautiful young woman. Her name is Blessing, and we were surely blessed by her presence. Fresh water and a reliable source of electricity for Ohaji are two of the most valuable things that our organization has supplied. The new generator this year was supplied by a Rotary matching grant and helped our dentists serve the poor with much greater efficiency. The generator will also supply the new kitchen and many pieces of medical equipment donated from the U.S. in the past. Huge operating room lights now occupy the operating theater that was once lit by candlelight during late-night surgical emergencies, such as appendectomies and C-sections. Because of the generous support of Rotary Districts 6440 and 9140, along with our matching grant,
health care delivery in this very impoverished community has greatly improved. Other individuals and organizations were responsible for major improvements at Ohaji this year as well. First Presbyterian Missions Board provided for a new kitchen and dining area at the hospital, including fans, refrigerators, and a stove. Multiple U.S.-based donor organizations were responsible for providing 39 trunks full of life-saving medicines and supplies needed for the medical outreach. 22 mission team members from California, Wisconsin, and Illinois worked together for over a year to raise support and bring much greater aid to Ohaji than any one group could possibly have done alone. Medical mission leader Wendy Coulter organized multiple large rummage sales in southern Wisconsin to pay for many critically needed projects at Ohaji that we had not anticipated during the tough year that we just had economically. We had a great team that went above and beyond the call of duty on dozens of occasions, leading to an outstanding end result. On the last day of our medical mission, District 9140 Governor Gabriel George Tobey traveled many hours and flew in from Abuja to personally congratulate the team at the closing day awards ceremony and to take a tour of the recently renovated medical center. We were greatly honored to meet him, and he told us that our efforts epitomize the best cooperative efforts of this year's Rotary International theme, Building Communities, Bridging Continents. He hopes to use pictures from the Ohaji project in his district's booth in New Orleans to highlight Nigeria's successful international partnerships. We were very impressed with the joy, enthusiasm, and gracious hospitality our team enjoyed this year from our Nigerian friends and look forward to renewing friendships again in 2012. The time we spent with our partners at their weekly Rotary meeting was very special. Awards and congratulations were expressed between partners enthusiastically. We presented a special award commemorating the successful grant to Rotarian President Honorable Chief Cyril Okafor and explained the significance of the American Eagle mounted on the award. It is meant to be a sign of strength, integrity, honor, and power, able to soar above obstacles and triumph over adversity. This will be a symbol between our clubs to remind us both of the honorable nature of our relationship and how much that partnership is valued. Their partnership has been key to our success at Ohaji, as it is with any successful international project. On one of our last evenings in Nigeria, Honorable Chief Michael Ahamba and his lovely wife hosted our group for an extravagant evening of dining, dancing, and fun at their home. It was indeed a bright spot in our visit to Nigeria. We understand now why the Barna Research Group calls Nigerians the happiest people in the world. Their spirits triumph over the harshest of adversities. The progress we have witnessed in Nigeria over the past 5 years has been nothing short of miraculous, and we have great reason to be optimistic for the future of Nigeria.
I brought my children because I think it's great to give them an opportunity to serve, great to broaden them in this and to see what other cultures are like, see how incredibly lucky we are, and that's also why I brought my wife so she could see this, because I had gone another time with my daughter Shay, and it was an incredibly great experience for her, and it broadens the children and it broadens us. It helps us probably as much or more, I would say, than it helps the people we're here to help.
I think it's been such a great experience to bring my kids to and see what my husband has done here and assist him. And, we have so much in the U.S. and we kind of lose perspective about what goes on in other parts of the world. And I'd like to teach my kids, since we are so blessed, we need to be a blessing to others. And we need to, share God's love with everyone else, because everybody matters. It doesn't matter if you're born in Africa or born in Libertyville, Illinois. Everybody matters.
Cosmetologist Sylvie Waddell was a mission member who was a favorite of the crowds as she led them daily in song while they waited for hours in line desperate to see doctors and nurses delivering care. Triage and crowd control have always been one of our greatest challenges as we strive for order during our medical outreaches. This year was our smoothest, most organized yet. When our mission was over, we couldn't help but feel a mixture of exhilaration, relief, and sadness as we prepared to leave our friends and return home to the U.S. It is one thing to hear statistics about Africa, quite another thing entirely to experience it firsthand, to look into the eyes of the poor, witness authentic suffering, and shed tears for the disparity between our countries.
Today was our last day at the medical center, and it was a tough day. It was so tough. I knew it would be, but it was even harder than I thought I could imagine. The people were so beautiful and so gracious the entire time we were there, and they were so thankful for all that our team had done for them. Saying goodbye, they've touched our hearts in such a way that I just know I'll never be the same. They're beautiful, beautiful people, and they're so thankful. Some of the parents actually would give their kids to us, wanted us to take their kids because they want a better life for their kids. And they really mean that. They would love to see their sons or daughters go off with us. That's hard. That's really tough. These people are so loving and actually very, very happy people with their such humble surroundings. It's very humbling to us.
Very emotional. It's hard to leave the children, the families, when I know that they don't have much. And we did the best we could. And I hope that it's made a difference.
We know we are making a difference in this community through the improvement of health care and the alleviation of poverty. Every single day, over 26,000 children die because of preventable causes related to their poverty. That is like 100 fully packed jetliners crashing in the air over America. Can you imagine such a thing going unnoticed by the world if it happened only once? Yet we are talking about this happening every single day around the world. 26,000 children per day, every day. Almost 10 million children every year die from preventable causes. Most deaths worldwide from malaria are among children living in sub-Saharan Africa. A child dies every 45 seconds from malaria in this region. Nigeria alone has 2,500,000 children who have been orphaned by AIDS. Most HIV-positive victims in Africa are women and children who have nothing to do with contracting this deadly virus. It is the greatest healthcare crisis the world has ever known. Yet we rarely read about it in the papers anymore. It is hard to understand this reality. Writer George Bernard Shaw once said, "The worst sin towards our fellow creatures is not to hate them, but to be indifferent to them, and that's the essence of inhumanity." We have made a start by choosing to care. By having ongoing improvement of health care and large-scale poverty reduction initiatives, we have done a lot. With our actions, we have spoken what our words and our hearts know. Of all the things that we are accomplishing at Ohaji, we are bringing hope as much as anything, and hope is a powerful tool in overcoming desperate poverty and the ills that come with it. When we help others, we find that we are most richly blessed.